the Lord will restore the years the locust ate away. It's kind of like it's a promise that like I've really latched onto, you know. It's been following me around for years, actually. The prodigal son is, I mean, that's always been me. As a teenager, experimenting with drugs and everything, it was enough to get to a point where my parents decided to put me into Teen Challenge. Around 26, I went to my first treatment as an adult. I would get out and I'd leave and I'd be like, yeah, you know, I got it. And I really believed that I was done drinking. I'd get back out there and I would start drinking again. And eventually I wound up in Rochester, and that's when I fell into hard drugs. During those 3 years too, the only time I was ever sober was when I was arrested and in jail. And one night, as I was just in my cell, and I had this like idea where, you know, maybe my life doesn't have to be like this. That night, that's when I first had hope in my heart in a long time. And I was at that point where everybody talks about, like, you get to this point where we're like, okay, now like you're complete, you know. And I still wasn't happy. I wasn't finding it in the recovery life either. It truly did feel like all the options of my life, like I had explored every kind of avenue. I had tried all these different things, and I was just a complete failure at all of them. So I decided to kill myself, and I didn't want it to be a suicide for my family. And I thought, like, oh, that, you know, this will be a way to spare them. That'll make it. So I was planning on how to make it look like an accident and take my own life. I was done. I was defeated. The night I got saved, what was amazing is when I did call out to God, it was like he was just right there, you know. 'Cause all of a sudden the room just kind of changed. It just felt like I was alone with God. My whole life I've been chasing all these different things down, like, and pursuing all these, and so in love with the world. And I like repented, and I told him just how sorry I was. For the first time in my life since that night and every day since, I'm not like working towards this point where I can be satisfied or happy. I was satisfied that night. The people too that have been around me during this time have made comments like, you know, I've never seen your soul so light. I have such a heart for the homeless and the drug addicts and the alcoholics and the mentally ill. You feel like nobody cares about you. And it's like, I just want them to know, like, you got somebody who's right there. Like, loves you more than you could ever imagine, right? My story isn't about a guy, you know, going from being homeless, you know, to not being homeless, or even about recovery or overcoming odds. It's about a gift I didn't deserve. It's about grace.